I believe you have completed the first video, right? So right now, I think you should have a basic understanding of what is the relationship between the PEO, PRO, and the CRO, and how it relates with our assessment strategy and teaching and learning strategy. So that this topic, the coming topic, we'll be discussing on specifically focusing on program educational objective. So at the end of this topic, we will have assignment prepared for you. Then you will be able to use the assignment to test your understanding of program educational objective. So in this topic, we'll be learning on how to write the program educational objective. So the first two things that you'll be learning in this topic will be at the end of presentation, you should be able to describe the key issue when writing the program educational objective. So I will discuss with you or explain to you some of the key issues that we normally will encounter when we want to write the program educational objective. Then also I will discuss with you the characteristics of the program educational objective. So for those who are first time looking into program educational objective, you'll be able to know how the program educational objective looks like. Okay, so what's the first key issue that normally you encounter when you are writing the program educational objective? Perhaps you might be thinking in your mind right now, why program educational objective is called an objective and not an outcome. If you compare to like PRO or CRO, it calls an outcome, program learning outcome, course learning outcome. However, for program educational objective, it's called objective and it's not an outcome. So what's the meaning over here? So if you look at the slide, it have explained that why it's called an objective and not an outcome. Firstly, we understand the difference between objective and outcome. So objective are referring to intended result or the consequence of instructions, curricular, program, or activities, which means that it's something that you intended to achieve and not yet achieve. What you aim or what you expect it will be. That's why you call it as objective. And usually objective focus on a specific type of performance that the students are expected to demonstrate at the end of the instructions or at the end of your course or at the end of your program itself. So again, objective are focusing on something that you expect to happen in the future. So normally you will set this objective when you start the program. So when a student join your program, you expect them to demonstrate this skill set after 4 to 5 years after they have graduated from a program. Okay, if you compare to outcome is a little bit different. Well, outcome are achieved result or the consequence of what was learned. It's the evidence of learning. So outcome, it will specify what the learner will know and able to do at the end of the course as a consequence of your learning activities. So if you compare over here, I would say that objective for you to have some future anticipation of what your students will get after they have completed the program, while outcomes are immediately the consequence of the skills that they will learn after they finish the course. So objective will be less specific and more general in nature, while outcomes, it will be more specific, where you will spell out precisely what the learners will be able to demonstrate upon completion of the course itself. Like for example, in the program educational objective, we might state that we want the students after 4 to 5 years of graduation to possess some business analytic skills to help them to make business decision. For example, I'm talking from my background, it's a business context. Well, outcomes, you will state it differently. Outcome, you will state like, for example, at the end of the course, I will expect my students to use SPSS to perform a regressions analysis. So you can see that the outcome are more specific, while the objective will be more general. So by achieving the outcome, it will lead you to the objective. So this is how it is called program educational objective rather than it's called program educational outcome. I hope that you can differentiate these two. So the second question that normally people will ask is that how many PEO we need to prepare for our program. Okay, so normally a standard program will have 3 to 5 PEO for any program. So this 3 to 5 statement of PEO clearly spell out what the graduates need to achieve in 4 to 5 years time. And then this PEO must be aligned with the industrial, and the professional needs. So like for example, if you're running like accounting program, engineering program, and computing program, or any scientific program that has the professional bodies regulating the program, then you must be careful over here, because you have to check with the professional body what are their expectation, so that you can put in to your program educational objective accordingly. You can always refer to your own program standard. Always go to MQA website and then download the most latest program standard, so that you will know that basically what are the program education objective that you need to put in, yeah, so that your program is the most relevant. Then the third question that normally people will ask is, what are the content that we must include in the PO? Okay, so first thing, when you design your PO must align your HEP. HEP means that it's a higher educational provider vision and mission. Means that it must be aligned with your university vision and mission statement. So you must make sure that you are producing graduates in a 4 to 5 years time are aligned with the intention of why your university is established. Okay, so your PO must support your university vision and mission. Then secondly, you must include all the MQF learning cluster in your statement. Okay, so later I will show you how this can be done. So for PO, you might be asking that, can I use some non-measurable verbs such as like understand, know, acquire? Maybe you have some basic knowledge about OBE, that you will know that this type of keyword like understand, know, acquire are no longer allowed to be put into the outcome statement. But however, for a program education objective, you are okay to use non-measurable verbs such as understand, know, and acquire. Okay, so I emphasize again, in a program education objective, you are okay to use those non-measurable verbs. So the fourth question, is it the PO is a document for internal purpose only or internal use only? A lot of people might thinking that, why we need to spend so much time writing a PO, but in fact no one reading it, or at most MQA read it when they come for audits that time. Okay, but this understanding is wrong. Yeah, so if you look at the COPA 2008, it has stated that the program stated aims reflect what is want the learner to achieve. It is crucial for this aim to be expressed explicitly and be made known to learner and other stakeholders alike. So which means that we are supposed to inform our students or our other stakeholders what is our program educational objective. So it's a lot of common practice that nowadays universities are doing, is that they will incorporate their program education objective into their program handbook, they will put into their website, they will put into the school notice board, so that it's aware and make known to everyone, the learner and also the stakeholders. So that's why PO is not an internal purpose document, but in fact it should be communicated explicitly to everyone who are interested with this program or who are already in the program. Okay, so then how the program education objective will looks like. So there are two set of PO over here that I prepared for you. First is at a diploma level, diploma in entrepreneurship, and the other one is an engineering program. Both program educational objective are taken from a real program in the market right now. Okay, so you can see that the first program, diploma in entrepreneurship, one thing that you will see that they will mention the program's name. Okay, they will mention a program name, which is diploma in entrepreneurship. They will mention what their graduates will be after 4 to 5 years graduating from the program. So you can see that for business program, basically it will be more general. So usually we will just mention about like business graduates or business manager or something like that. But if you are doing a more professional program like engineering, then you have to mention the appropriate title accordingly. Like for example, in this case, the Faculty of Engineering and Built Environment. So their program could be specifically to produce engineers or architect. Yeah, engineer or architect. So they will mention it specifically. So another thing you will be able to see over here, that if you compare this set of PO and this set of PO, you will see something in different, is that this one is specifically for business graduate, while this one is for engineer and architect. Obviously, engineer and architect are two different professions, but how come they can share the same set of program education objective? Is it allowed? The answer is yes. You go back to your understanding of program education objective. It's basically like your department or your school vision and mission lah, that you want to produce a graduate that possess a certain skill set after they have graduated from a program 4 to 5 years. So this set of skills are not specified to any specific profession. It could be for any profession that share across. So that's why you can see that in this Faculty of Engineering and Built Environment, basically the faculty mission or vision is to produce a graduate who has the character of ethics, high professionalism, and contributes to the national aspiration. So no matter you are engineer or architect, you can share the same set of skills that the school is expecting on you after 4 to 5 years graduating from the program. So it's okay for you to combine that the whole school are sharing a same set of PEO for all the program offered under that particular school. Like for example, if you talk about Digit in perspective, we have digital business and software engineering. So it's possible for these two program to share the same set of PEO. But just be careful, we need to change a little bit. It's on the occupations or the title or the profession that our graduates will have 4 to 5 years after they have graduated. Okay, so this is a thing that I want to highlight to you. It's okay to have one unique set like this, or you can have a common one for all the program offered under a specific school. So you can see that in your PEO, you will mention all the specific skill like knowledge, professionalism, then you will see entrepreneurship, digital skill, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So you can see that all these are actually the MQF 5 cluster of learning that how people have incorporate inside. If you cannot see clearly, no worry. You can see the next slide. So the next slide, I break it. I break the PEO into a specific column that you will see it more clearly. So firstly, what is this PEO for? Bachelor of Chemical Engineering, for example, stated qualification. What a graduate will become in 3 to 5 years after graduate. So if they study chemical engineering, we believe that they will become chemical engineer. And then this is the PEO, the title, engineer who has the character of ethics as well as professionalism and contribute to the national aspiration. So how this PEO map to the MQF learning cluster? So the learning cluster that map to this PEO include ethics and professionalism. So how can I see it? Where's the keyword? Ethics and professionalism over here. Subsequently, the second PEO, engineer who is competent in respective engineering practices that meet current and future needs. So this, I would say that the engineer who are competent in the engineering practice should have the knowledge and understanding about the engineering practice. They have a cognitive skill, they're able to think, they are able to analyze, and they have the functional work skill, means that they are able to demonstrate their skill in practice. So this is represented by one keyword over here, competent in engineering practices, that I think has met these three MQF learning cluster. And the last one, engineer who has creative and innovative entrepreneur and leadership qualities that are global and local. So this is representing by their personal and entrepreneurial skill as well, indicated by entrepreneurial leadership qualities that they are demonstrating. So you can see that the third PEO also have mapped to this MQF learning cluster. Okay, so if we go back to our key issue over here, firstly you will know how many PEO we need to prepare. 3 to 5, right? What's the content? Align with vision and mission, align with MQF learning cluster. Okay, so publicly publish your PEO. So if you look at the example program educational outcome over here, so you have stated the graduate, what the graduate will be 3 to 5 years, and then all this PEO has mapped to the learning outcome, the MQF learning cluster respectively. So this is what we call it the mapping, how the mapping can be done. Okay, so basically this is the example of how we can write a good program educational objective. So that's an assignment for you, yeah? So after you complete this video, just go to the assignment column and complete this assignment. So basically this assignment is talking about like you have one junior lecturers in your department and has developed a set of PEO for a new program called Bachelor of Business Management Honors. So there are because this is a junior lecturers that haven't gone through any OBE trainings or any OBE program, that has no knowledge about how the program educational objective should look like and what are the characteristics and what are key issue. So you as the more experienced one, then you need to identify this the set of issues that related with this PEO set by your junior lecturers. So and advise your colleague accordingly lah. Okay, so go to assignment and complete this assignment and submit through FlexLearn. So I will respond to you and give you my feedback based on the answer that you have submitted to me. Yeah, hopefully through the assignment, you'll be able to improve your understanding and you will know what are the key issues that involve when setting a set of PEO. Yeah. Okay, so after you complete this assignment, the next topic that we'll be discussing will be how to write a program learning outcome. We'll go to program learning outcome in our next topic. Okay, so enjoy your assignment, submit to me, then I will provide my feedback to you as soon as possible. See you in the next topic. Bye.